Okay, hi guys. I'm going to explain a little bit about the lack of vlogs. Obviously there's a reason for that. If you watched my last vlog, the one where I was on holiday, I did have a cold or just come out of having a flu. I still had a bit of a cough, you saw on Great Yarmouth Seafront. That was about 4 weeks ago and I've still had that cough. That cough's still lingering with me at the moment, so I will try and edit it out of this video when I cough my guts up. I have been to see the doctor. The doctors nowadays, though, they're sort of pushing you towards you need to have the cough or cold for about 6 weeks before they'll administer antibiotics. So as you do normally, I've got the cough mixture, lemon sort of Linctus cough mixture. I've got the cold and flu pills, and the doctor gave me, she said it would clear up my nasal passage and sort of like make the cough easier, this stuff called Beckinase, which is a sort of, it's a hay fever treatment, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. This apparently, according to the doctor, is going to, or has, I mean, supposed to be using it for a week. I've used it for a week. I haven't noticed much of a difference at all, to be fair, but I've only got like next week, or this week and next week, and then I can go back and say I've had 6 weeks of it, can I have the antibiotics please? It has been a bit annoying. It's restricted quite a few things because I haven't been able to do really anything at all. I did still want to do the cooking in the oven, so I've still got the cake mixture to do, but again it's one of them things that I wanted to sort of talk through as I was doing it, showing you in the oven and stuff, so I didn't really want to sort of be coughing up all the way through it, so I haven't got around to doing that yet. One of the other things I'm doing is going out to a car show tomorrow. It's the car and ships show at Minis Bay, classics and ships should I say. I don't know if it's the last one. This is sort of, because it's September, it's come to the end of the summer. Summer's been and gone like every other summer for the last few years. Nothing eventful's happened really. I mean, not for me, it's just the summer. It's been and gone. So going out to do one tomorrow, and with that I've actually added a new piece of kit to the vlogging kit. And that piece of kit that I've added is very useful, very needed for the GoPro. One of these, the mic adapter. Now if anybody out there owns a GoPro, if you've got a 5, 6 or 7 GoPro Hero Black, then you'll know why you need this, because there's no microphone socket on them, and this is really, really useful. Well, you'll also know it's really, really stupid, bit ridiculous in the way they designed the GoPro. Not only is it expensive, it's ridiculously big. I mean, it's enormous. That's the adapter itself. That's the GoPro. It's huge compared to the GoPro. Look how much bigger it makes the GoPro. You know, which is unnecessary. I mean, they could have put a microphone socket in the GoPro. I mean, they've put in the side, you've got your HDMI and your USB-C. This plugs into that USB-C. But it could have been built in. I mean, it makes the GoPro enormous with that on it. I mean, then you've got this lot. And you've got to find somewhere for this. It just dangles. You plug your ordinary microphone into the end. You've got another USB-C connector for it. But it's just so ungainly and so daft. If you look at most retailers now don't sell this. They'll say it's discontinued. So if you go on, even on Amazon, Wex Pro, Jessup's, all the sort of camera shops, they'll say Curry's, PC World, all those places, this is a discontinued item. On eBay, people do sell them, you'll never ever see a second-hand one. If you do, people try to sell them for 60 quid, which is not right, it's way above what it should be. You can still buy it from GoPro themselves. Go on the GoPro website, look for it under, it says it fits 5, 6 and 7, it's 50 quid, but it's still there at the moment, and it's definitely needed. The other thing which is really annoying and really quite stupid about that adapter is that they don't make any sort of housing for it. So you know with GoPro you've got the housing as it is. The standard GoPro housing, like so, fits the camera, but there's still nowhere for this thing to go. I mean, there's a nice hole in the side for it to fit into, but it's still going to dangle. So you end up relying on the internet. You have to go on there. Lots of Chinese companies and other companies making these dual holders. This has got a trapdoor at the back. The back trapdoor holds the camera, so you place the camera in it. That drops into there. You put the trapdoor across the back. Now the one thing, obviously, this isn't waterproof. But then again, neither is your GoPro. When you're using an external mic on your GoPro, you lose all your waterproof capabilities because you have to take the side door off. This thing has now a slot in the bottom. You have to feed the cable through, makes it a bit of a faff again. Lead takes up the side and plugs into. So then you've got your GoPro with your microphone adapter in the bottom, and you've got a Horsham on top to fit a microphone if you have a pointy directional microphone. I haven't. I went out, for now, until I get one, I went out and bought a tie clip microphone. So the idea is I'm going to talk, do whatever I'm doing with a tie clip until, so a tie clip in the lead. The lead's 50 million miles long. I'll have that connected to the GoPro on a stick, and I'll talk to it probably when I do Minis Bay tomorrow. Now later in the month, at the end of September, I'm going to the Horsham Americana again with my mum. I took the Panasonic last time, which we're filming on now, which is okay, but it doesn't film out well in the wind. The wind noise is terrible. So the idea is when I go to Horsham, I'll have the GoPro. I'll take the Panasonic anyway for taking stills, filming the cars, that sort of thing. GoPro will have the microphone, sort of the typing microphone on it when I'm talking like this. And I will get a boom mic, hopefully. I've got one old one upstairs, I don't know how it works yet, so I want to get another boom mic, possibly. But that's not until the end of the month. I'm going to purchase tomorrow at Minis Bay, which will be part of this vlog. I will put the pictures in, and I will put in the video. One of the problems with Minis Bay at the moment now is the summer, as I said, is over, which means the nights are getting earlier. So now I finish work at 7, it starts at 7. By the time I get there, it will be about 20 past 7, something like that. It will start to be getting dark, and that's one of the big issues which I'm going to have with filming. Taking pictures with the camera, fine, long exposures, a lot, flashes, whatever, that's not a problem. But actually out filming with this doesn't like low light very much, so I'm going to have some sort of lighting on it. And I'm not keen on lighting at the moment. My lighting doesn't work out. You notice in the other video, the last video, I sat in the caravan and it was basically pretty awful. The light kept coming and going, because I didn't shut the curtains, so I had light everywhere. It's a bit of a mess, really. So I've got to work out how to do lighting properly, but I will do, and we'll see how it goes. So, quite literally, as expected, got here a bit late, later than I thought I would do. It was 7:30 by the time I got here. Most people have gone because it's dark. That is why it's the last one of the year, why this time of year is sort of quite bad for it if you're doing it this time of night. Okay, so I stopped the video there. As you can see, it was a bit dark, and also the noise on the microphone was, when you got into the wind, it got a lot of wind noise. So something I sort of thought maybe it would do anyway, so I've ordered on Amazon some little sort of cover things that go over the top of the little microphone, hopefully to stop it in the wind. Different coloured ones, so that'll be fine. I've also bought a proper pointy microphone, which I said earlier in the which I was saying earlier in the kitchen, that it would be useful to have and get a better sound quality with a wind cover on it. Those are the things that I will hope to take to Horsham with me. I said I'll probably only take the GoPro and the Panasonic. Horsham's going to be mainly, obviously, cars, American cars, and lots of dogs. The one thing about Horsham is Horsham's probably the biggest town for dogs I've ever seen. I think there's so many dogs in that town, it's unreal. I will hope to video and take pictures of a lot more this year than I did last year. As you can see, my hair has sort of been cut, so that's going to be done today. I've got to bleach it in a little while. I've bought two new colours. Well, I bought two new colours. I bought a colour I had before, which is the Manic Panic Electric Lizard. And I've also seen, when I was in there, they do this Sea Nymph. Now, Sea Nymph's actually a mint green. Although it looks blue here, apparently when it's on, it's a very light mint green. So again, I'm going to try see it. So I might put this on first, then add this on. The reason I've gone Manic Panic is simply because they've got a much better, apparently, lifespan to them, and they don't tend to run or stain at night, which my current ones do. So hopefully this will cut that out. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I won't leave such a big gap this time between the vlogs. As I said, it's only because my cold seems to be slowly easing away, hopefully. So I'm hoping I'll get rid of that, and then I can get back to more vlogs when the light's right, which is nice today because it's really sunny, but other days I don't know how it's going to go. Today's watch is the old sort of vintage Accurist chronograph, green face. It doesn't really look that green, it's very, very dark green, but still a beautiful, lovely watch. I have got another couple of reviews to do and release, so you'll see them probably before you see this, or you might see this at the same time, I don't know, whatever.